Welcome back to the channel where wisdom isn't just celebrated, it's shared and passed on. If you've lived 6 or more decades on this earth, then you've likely learned a few things that no book or university could ever teach. Today we're diving deep into one of the most powerful and overlooked topics in the second half of life: how to live with purpose after retirement. Because here's the truth: retirement isn't the end. In many ways, it's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter that can be rich with meaning, connection, and yes, a sense of mission. So whether you're recently retired or you've been navigating this phase for a while, this video is for you. We're going to talk about 10 powerful ways to rediscover purpose in your later years, and how doing so can transform not just your happiness, but your health and your legacy. Let's begin with a question that too many people stop asking after retirement. What excites me now? See, for decades, most of us have lived by responsibilities: raising children, building a career, managing a household. But once those roles begin to shift or fade, we're left with a lot of open space. And while that freedom is a gift, it can also feel disorienting. So the first step toward finding purpose again is to reconnect with what lights you up. Was it gardening, writing, mentoring, traveling? The things that bring you joy often point toward your purpose. Pay attention to what gives you energy, even in small moments. The second key is contribution. Many studies show that one of the most meaningful predictors of well-being in older adults is feeling useful. That doesn't mean working 40 hours a week. It means giving something of yourself to others: your time, your knowledge, your presence. Maybe you volunteer at a food pantry, tutor students online, or help new parents in your community. Maybe you teach your grandchildren how to cook or build something with their hands. These small acts of contribution create ripples that go far beyond you. They remind you that your experience still matters, because it absolutely does. Third, let's talk about storytelling. One of the greatest gifts you can offer in your later years is your story. Not just the highlights, but the struggles, the pivots, the lessons. Your life contains decades of wisdom that younger generations are hungry for, even if they don't always say it out loud. Consider writing down your story in a journal, record voice memos, start a family history project, or simply take time at dinner with your loved ones to share a memory. You're not just reminiscing, you're preserving a legacy. The fourth way to reclaim purpose is by learning something new. There is a myth that learning stops when formal education ends, but the human brain doesn't agree. Lifelong learning keeps your mind sharp and your spirit young. Sign up for an online course, join a local art class, try a new language, or simply read more nonfiction books. The subject doesn't matter nearly as much as the act of curiosity itself. When you learn, you grow, and when you grow, you feel alive. Now here's something that doesn't get talked about enough: embracing mentorship. At this stage of life, you are in a unique position to guide others, not with superiority, but with humility and experience. Younger people face challenges that are different, but the wisdom of navigating fear, relationships, finances, and setbacks is timeless. Seek out opportunities to mentor, whether formally through a program or informally in your family or community. Purpose comes alive when you see your influence help someone else bloom. The sixth piece of the puzzle is connection. After retirement, social circles often shrink. People move, relationships evolve, and routines shift. But purpose doesn't thrive in isolation. It needs community. Make the effort to build or rebuild friendships. Join clubs, attend meetups, start a weekly coffee group, or reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Social wellness is just as important as physical or mental wellness. A single conversation can lift your spirits for days. Never underestimate the power of human connection. Seventh, consider purpose through movement. That might sound odd at first, but staying physically active can do more than boost your health. It can reconnect you with a sense of vitality. Whether it's morning walks, tai chi, dancing, swimming, or yoga, movement reminds you that your body is still capable of joy, and it reinforces the truth that purpose isn't just a mental state, it's a full body experience. When you move your body, you tend to move your outlook forward too. Now let's explore something a bit deeper: spiritual renewal. For many, retirement is a time of spiritual reckoning. You start asking the big questions again. Why am I here? What's my role in the world now? What happens next? Whether you're religious, spiritual, or just reflective, this stage of life offers a powerful opportunity to reconnect with your beliefs and values. Maybe it's prayer, meditation, nature walks, or attending a place of worship. Purpose is often deeply tied to spirituality because it roots us in something larger than ourselves. The ninth approach to finding purpose is through legacy building. That might sound like a big word, but it doesn't have to be grand. Legacy can mean writing letters to your children and grandchildren. It can mean planting a garden that someone else will enjoy. It can mean sharing a family recipe or creating a scrapbook. The idea is to create something today that carries meaning tomorrow. This not only gives you direction, it also brings peace. Knowing you've left behind pieces of love and wisdom is a powerful comfort. And finally, we arrive at presence. In a world that often glorifies productivity, we forget that just being present is one of the most powerful things we can do. Sit on the porch and watch the sunset. Really listen when someone speaks. Breathe deeply. Savor your coffee without distraction. When we live in the present, we rediscover joy in ordinary moments. And sometimes the most profound purpose comes not from doing more, but from noticing more. Let's quickly recap the 10 ways to rediscover purpose after retirement. Reconnect with what excites you, contribute your time or talents, share your story, learn something new, embrace mentorship, nurture social connections, move your body, renew your spirit, build your legacy, and practice presence. None of these require you to change everything overnight, but even one small shift can unlock a richer, more meaningful life. Because retirement isn't about stepping back from life, it's about stepping into a life that's fully yours. If this video spoke to you, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who may need a reminder that their best days are far from behind them. We'd also love to hear from you in the comments. What gives you purpose these days? What's one thing you're excited about right now? Your words might just inspire someone else to take their next step. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. Until next time, stay present, stay curious, and above all, stay rooted in the beautiful truth that you still have so much to give. We'll see you in the next video.